Most bankers aren't ready to help you until after their third cup of coffee. But with Central National Bank's after-hours service, you don't have to wait for the bank lobby to open to get help. You can contact us from 6 to 8:30 in the morning or from 5 to 10 in the evening, and we'll connect you to a real, live, local person who can answer questions and fix problems 7 days a week. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Member FDIC.
Trash fight all through the night, deep in the heart of Texas. The trailer park is nice and dark, deep in the heart of Texas. That drinks his brew and he spits his chew, deep in the heart of Texas. The TV blares, but no one cares, deep in the heart of Texas. Here we go.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to
Blah.
a King of the Hill rewatch podcast. I am Mike.
And this is a Friday with That Ain't Right.
That Ain't Right Friday. So, Rusty.
We're living in strange times here, Mike. The last few days of news, news stream here has been nuts. So you had a journalist that exposed some Watergate stuff for the New York Times. Prolific guy. He's got, Pulitzers and all kinds of awards and stuff, like a Pulitzer and all other kinds of awards. Did a whistleblower thing on, he says that the United States Navy divers blew up Nord Stream in 2022 when the Russian pipeline to Western Europe was blown up. They've tied it back to the Norwegian Navy and the United States Navy in cohesion with a directive from Biden to destroy that pipeline. Not only that, we had another a news line that was pretty crazy.
Why are they destroying the pipeline?
After the invasion. It was right after the invasion.
Oh, okay.
There was a Baltic operation going on right there in the Baltic Sea, and there was a European war games going on. So under the mask of war games, Navy divers went down there and planted charges. They dropped a signal buoy by a Norwegian airplane 3 months later to detonate them 3 months later. So the buoy was dropped over the site where the bomb was. The bomb then relayed a signal to the buoy to the trigger, and they triggered the bomb 3 months later. So that was a pretty crazy news article. The one though that kills me, I was sitting there, and as we all do, I was proselytizing and marketing our show a little bit on Twitter and trying to get fans in. I notice in the trending topics there's I don't know, it's just difficult to say because it's a real place, and not just really. It's mind blowing that this place exists in the same universe world that I personally exist in, that we all exist in. It's called Cumtown. Heading on down to Cumtown, Alaska. So Alaska was trending with Cumtown, and
I'm so sorry.
Apparently, there was an unidentified flying object that was identified in Alaskan airspace by commercial airliners. They reported it down to air traffic control. Air traffic control contacted the military. Military sends jets under the directive of Biden, because I guess he caught so much flack about the other crazy news line, Chinese intelligence balloons floating over the Midwest, Middle America. So all these crazy news lines. Cumtown, Alaska, unidentified flying object shot down by an F-22 in Cumtown, Alaska. And it brings me to a point of discussion. What are we living in? Is this like Sims 8? like, is this like the like Sims? Are we living in like like the video game Sims, the simulation? Is when does the Alien DLC drop? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like
Sure.
that kind of thing. Like what's really going on that unidentified flying objects are getting shot out of the sky now and not at any other point in aviation history? We've had the F series of fighter planes since the Vietnam era. So why have we not shot down other identified flying objects in a public way that this is? Because this hit the news cycle, and I got a text from a friend saying, "Hey, bro, UFOs in Alaska," and I'm like, "What?" So I go to Twitter, and that's where that's where you see the Come Town, Alaska stuff and all that. So it was just Idiocracy is a movie that the creator of King of the Hill,
Mike Judge movie,
made.
sure.
So a Mike Judge movie,
Alma Balls.
and Alma Balls, yeah, and that is a movie pretty much about nonsense, and it's about how the world all went down to like everybody was just completely dumbed down by technology, dumbed down by whatever, and it's just something that I think you would hear in that movie.
Some of the
UFO
things
shot down by United States military in Come Town, Alaska. I
some
just
of the
feel like
things
it'd be a
in
line for the movie.
Idiocracy though feel they're either extremely stupid or
Based in
extremely
reality.
smart. One or the
Yeah,
other.
based in reality. I
You got the
feel like a
one
lot of it.
chair that you can sit in and crap in. You eat all your food
Yeah.
out of a bucket
Yeah.
with your fingers. I mean,
it eliminates the need for utensils.
are those geniuses or are they idiots? All right, so Rusty, I gotta burst your bubble.
Yeah.
Come Town's not real.
Okay, then where does the Come Town originate from then?
Come Town-
How did this trend? I know it's a podcast.
Yes,
But
so
how did
that's-
it trend?
That's the whole thing. Come Town, Alaska, also known as Come Town, Alaska UFO, refers to an imagined town in the American state of Alaska where many Twitter users claimed that the February 2023
So it
unidentified
was just a
aircraft in
viral
Alaska
it was just a viral thing.
was shot
Okay.
down by an F-22 fighter jet.
Well, damn.
Come Town refers to the Come Town podcast, which was trending on Twitter alongside the Alaskan UFO in February 2023, resulting in an unfounded association between the two and multiple memes thereafter about the imaginary town.
Okay, but this you can explain, Mike. I got one that you cannot explain
Okay,
away.
all right, please.
It was shot down 69 days before 420. How do you
That's what I
explain that?
saw
How do you
that, too.
explain that one then?
Well, because I think it was.
That's a government conspiracy if I ever saw one. Come on.
I don't think
What
so.
are the odds that the United States military shoots a UFO down
I think the odds are
69 days
probably
before
pretty
420?
good, honestly.
Well, no, it's pretty low.
I
The,
think-
the odds are 69 days before 420.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now, I will take this chance to talk about Come Town. Come Town is an American podcast hosted by comedians Nick Mullen, Stavros, I think I'm saying that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Halkias, and Adam Friedland. Most episodes are improvised and comedic, discussing pop culture and current events in politically incorrect tone. They began in May of 2016. Third guy didn't join until a little ways in. The show is frequently associated with the Dirtbag Left, a group together with compared to other irreverent and controversial leftist podcasts like Red Scare and Chapo Trap House. I've never heard of any of those.
Yeah, I've never heard of any of that. But I'm glad that Come Town is in a real place. It makes me feel better about it.
I would really like to hear from the guys.
Oh, from Come Town, the
Yeah.
podcast.
Can we hear from Come Town?
I mean,
Dear
it
Come
would
Town.
be cool to talk to them. Yeah, it'd be. I don't know. I'll try to reach out to them and see what we could do.
Yeah, let's see if we can find.
That'd be fun to have a conversation with them. Yeah, so I'm glad Come Town is not a real place, but what about the intergalactic war that is now like been engaged? So what do you think? Like, do you think now we start seeing cylindrical objects in every town in the United States?
I think it was another weather balloon.
Another weather balloon? I don't know. They said it wasn't a weather balloon. They said it was smaller than because the weather balloon was supposedly like
Well,
the
they
size
said
of
it
like
was
a
the size
school
of a
bus
car.
or something. Yeah, but the weather balloon was like three buses.
Oh,
it
so-
was huge. It was like a big satellite with a.
So
on
the
a
one we
balloon.
shot down over Montana, that was a big one.
We shot it over the Carolinas out in the
Wyoming.
ocean.
Carolinas.
Yeah, and then this
Okay.
one they shot over frozen seas in Alaska. So
That's what.
it was over a frozen sea.
Yeah,
They-
okay.
and then they got that they're going to retrieve said.
I was going to make a
cylindrical
terrible
object.
joke with
Yeah.
with being old and cum and frozen.
Yeah, frozen
lakes.
old cum. Yeah,
So-
okay.
It was a lot better in my head. All right. So, but I think you are correct here when you start referring to the fact that things are super friggin' weird.
Yeah, I just
right
think
now.
it's when
It
and
feels like we've
it-
run out of things to do.
Yeah,
Like,
it just
just
to me it just seems like this weird phenomenon has came about, like all these weird things happening within the last, I don't know, like
Mhm.
maybe 5 or 6 years, maybe since 2016 when Hillary Clinton lost to Trump.
You think she
Not
turned?
that I'm a Hillary Clinton supporter. I'm just saying, I think they're a part of a
Maybe she turned
global
the
scheme.
machine off that was keeping everything regular.
Oh, and then
Now we can see all the lizard people.
the other news article, a crazy headline that I read was the Epstein documents are to be released.
Oh,
within the
really?
next couple of months.
Oh, that's frightening. Because there's no telling who's on that list.
No,
And I want to
telling.
see whether it's all redacted or not.
I'm sure there's some redactions, but most of those redactions will probably be sitting government officials that are currently sitting somewhere right now in power.
There's got to be a band out there named the Redactions, right?
The redactions.
I mean, if
the
not,
pterodactyls.
please somebody take that from me. The Redactions. I just think that's a good band.
There
name.
used to be a punk band in this area called Preschool.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they were like a little ska band. They had a trumpeter.
Oh, it's already taken. The Redactions is taken. I'm so
Redactions
sorry.
is taken. Sorry, you
Yeah.
cannot use the redactions for your new metal
It
band.
was. It's former members of Drug Shock, Slip and Fall, Haste, and Youthful Offenders. I don't know any of those.
Yeah, I've never heard of any of those. I'm gonna imagine that those
Yeah.
are like, I'm imagining a bunch of 16-year-olds moshing to those that
Mhm.
music in a
Mhm.
pavilion somewhere in a small rural town. Oh wow. Oh. Okay.
The Redactions, everybody.
Wild.
The
The
Redactions.
redactions. There we
And
go.
you know
Hats
what?
off.
You want to bring this thing full circle?
Yeah, it's full circle. It.
So I want you to see the cover art for Skyline by the Redactions.
Okay. And the
It's a
cover art is
UFO.
a UFO for
That's right. It all
Skyline and the
comes back
redactions. There we
around.
go,
That's
full
right.
circle. Well, we appreciate y'all listening to this little quirky little episode. We had some crazy topics in the news. We just had to cover.
Come down, call us.
and it relates to again the crazy worlds that people create.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like this world is a actual real thing. It feels like we're living in a TV show created by Mike Judge and Greg.
Well,
Nichols.
it and things are weird because we're finally getting our reboot and the whole thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's-
so
Things
yeah,
are
the
weird.
reboot, so that it's getting crazy for us. We're excited about the reboot. We hope y'all are excited as we are.
Mhm.
If you want to find us, you can find us on Linktree, linktr.ee/BWAAAKOTH. We still have an active sticker award we're trying to give out. We still have an active giveaway.
Mhm.
We've only given away 2 right now. I have 8 more giveaways, so I need 8 more people to contact me.
I'm going to go out on a
any-
limb and say if they contact you, I'll send them a sticker. I don't care if it's
Okay.
past
Well,
10.
it doesn't matter if it's past 10 if you
Nope.
contact us, but
Don't care.
the first 10 will get a couple of stickers, maybe a few to hand
Yep.
out or whatever. But
Yep.
so far we only have 2, so there's still 8 people that we're waiting on. But if anybody contacts after that 8, yeah, we'll definitely get you a sticker
Oh,
sent out
yeah.
to you. Yeah, so we appreciate y'all again. Appreciate y'all's time and listening to our podcast. We hope that you've enjoyed the full week of podcasts. And now that it's Friday, we hope that you've enjoyed the interviews we've had. We hope you enjoyed all that stuff. This is just a sample of what a full week of King of the Hill podcast might look like for you guys. We are going to start a Patreon soon and start putting stuff on Patreon for you guys. And if you want to join, and we're also going to set up a Discord channel, a Discord server, if you will, for the podcast where all you guys can congregate. If you want to hang out, play video games, watch some King of the Hill with me, it could be like a hangout, a virtual meeting location for our podcast.
Put
and you
dirt
guys,
in your fruit pie.
if you put dirt in my fruit pie, I will put
Give-
Tic Tacs in your birth control.
Give you a sticker.
I'll chew sweet tarts and file them with a nail file.
He
And,
files them with his teeth.
No, he did it with a nail file after too. He chews them with his teeth.
Oh.
And then he got a nail file and shaved them. to where they had the squared shape as a pill would have on the
That's
edges.
so much work.
Maniacal.
So
Yeah,
much
it was
work.
great though, and to be able to replicate each one.
Hey, everybody
Yeah.
out there, right now, go to Twitter. I know it's not necessarily your favorite place, but go to Twitter and look up Hotel Arlen. And if you could, please, let's go ahead and follow it.
Like it, all that stuff.
If you
yeah,
can post
go
it.
interact.
It was just followed by our Uber fan Jordan,
There we
so
go.
that's great.
That's great.
Yeah, it's starting to build. I want to see it. I want to see this account explode. That would
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be
wonderful.
funny.
If
It'd be
This
hilarious.
account that nobody is running
It'd be hilarious.
explodes.
It'd be even better if we could get a hold of it. Like, you
Heck yeah.
assume responsibility for it. So if you own that show,
Yeah, if you own at Hotel Arlen on Twitter, we are
I'll give you $5.
very interested.
I'll give you $5.95. I'll give you
$5.95.
What does he say? I'll give you Tree Fitty. I got Tree Fitty.
Tree
for you.
Fitty. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us again, and
Yeah,
we hope
and,
you're enjoying this special full packed week. And we'll see you again soon.
Wimitanye.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.